While some people look forward to turning off and unplugging during their cruise, some of us are built a little bit different. For me personally, the technology on board can make or break an experience. And the Onboard app is one of those pieces of technology that have become ubiquitous to sailing. Today I'm going to be putting the NCL and Royal Caribbean app head to head to see who comes out on top. If you're unfamiliar with the onboard cruise apps, they serve a few key purposes. First, they have your boarding docs and information for getting onto the ship. After that, they have everything you need to plan and navigate your onboard experience once you are on the ship. And they offer a less expensive way in some cases to stay in touch with your party without having to purchase a full Wi-Fi package. You can also check your stateroom balance, find your schedule, and with all that in mind, let's get started. Before you get on board, this is what the NCL app looks like. If you have your upcoming cruise in here, you would be able to check in when the check-in time shows up, and then your eDocs would be in here. Otherwise, you can really check your reward status and call for planning help or technical support, but there's not much you can do in there. Once you do get on board, the app opens up onto this dashboard where you can see everything that's going on the ship. You can click into dining and you can see all the different dining places that are available. For any of the ones that require a reservation, you can also make the reservations in here for your party. And then you can see the dinner and dessert menu if it has the same menu every day. The buffet and the main dining room and Tropicana, their menus will not be in there, but anyone that has the consistent menu, it will be. It will also give you whether or not it's complimentary or a la carte, and it will tell you the information about where you can find it on board under details. There is also, for some of them, dress code information in there. Coming back into the app, you can also check out different things on board, stuff that's going on at the spa, extras that are available, such as you can see the details on your massages or what a thermal spa pass would be. If we scroll back up, you can also click into shore excursions and get details about the different shore excursions that are available. And you can click further into them to be able to book them for anybody that is in your room and pay for it right through the app. Clicking on the heart will take you to your favorites. You can add any onboard activities that you would like to have easy access to, and they would show up here so that you can find the information on them easily. Then if you click the speech bubble, it takes you to the messaging system. For NCL, this is a flat rate of $9.95 for the trip, and then you'd be able to call or message anybody who also pays for this feature in the app. That's a great way to stay in touch with your party if you don't want to pay for a full internet package while you are on board. So it's a little option if you're traveling with kids. And then next up, we have the Freestyle Daily. This is the same as what you get delivered to your room. It's just right inside the app. It's the same as the paper. It's a little hard to read in my opinion, but it's a great way if you don't want to carry the whole thing around. If you click the notebook at the top, you will come to My Plans. It'll show you the itinerary that is left on your vacation and if you have anything's booked. If you click into a day that has that little bookmark on it, you can see what you have booked there. And it'll give you more information about where to find it. You can also do virtual queues from here. There weren't any really on board. And then next we have the what's happening. This is the same information as is on the cruise compass, just broken down by day and a little more friendly for the app. I like this experience better than the cruise compass. And then we have deck maps. This is probably one of the more useful things. It shows you deck by deck where to find rooms, where to find different features, and it is a little clunky to scroll through, but it is really nice. Last, we have the count review. This is where you can come in and see how much you've spent and what your statement's going to look like at the end. And then once again, much like when you are not on board, you have the Latitudes Rewards program in here and the different information on the tiers and your history. Now, word of warning, we did find that this was not accurate and did not reflect the most recent updates they've made to the program, so just be aware of that. And then you can call desk services and dining reservations from there and log out, and that's really everything there is about the NCL. Next up, we have the Royal Caribbean app. This is what it looks like logged out. This is my upcoming trip in November. And what I love about this is the daily planner is already able to be used. You can start figuring out what you want to do. You can book your excursions right from here, add them to your calendar, pay through the app. It makes it a very seamless experience, and I really love the way that Royal Caribbean has put this together. As you add things, it'll show up here in my calendar. And then you can go over to the deck map section where you can click on any of those icons at the bottom and it will show you where on the ship they are. So click into dining and it'll take you to where chef's table will show up. You can make dinner reservations in here ahead of time. It makes it all very user-friendly. And then you can click over and get the information that you have about that cruising. This is also where you can switch cruisings. You can see, you can check in right here, what type of dining package you have, your internet package is all available. The messages isn't up yet, which makes sense. And neither is some of the other things like your expense report and some of the other items. However, you can come in here to Healthy Cruising and get started with their tips about how to have a healthy trip, and you can do your safety information ahead of time right here in the app, get it all checked off, and then you just really have to show up at your muster station and check in the day of. Once you go into the Royal Caribbean app, things do open up. You still have your deck maps all here. I love the way the deck maps are set up in here. While it's still a lot of scrolling, you can easily jump between maps, which you couldn't do so well in the NCL app, but this one, it's right there at the bottom. You can jump between the decks, and it's very intuitive. You can also, once again, click in on dining and everything else. And once you're on board in here, it's even easier to make reservations than it was before. You can purchase your experiences through here. I do recommend Chef's Table. It's amazing. When you click in, you can see you can confirm up to 8 guests. Make that right there. You can click over to main dining. From here, the menu's right there. Even though their menu changes every day, it'll tell you what the menu is on the different days, which is really useful for planning out your week or if you have food allergies. I love that. And then my favorite thing is the Hungry Now tab. So it actually will show you what's open at the moment, and as things close, they will drop off of here. So it makes it really easy to find something when you want that late night snack. Then we have the services section. And any of those will bring you to where it is on the map. When you click on Daily Planner when you're on board, there's obviously a lot more because the trip's planned at that point. Any of these you can click into and you can add them to your calendar, which I really love. And that'll send you a push alert when the time comes. Now, that's not a reservation. If things get booked up, you might not be able to get into that class if it's a very full cruise, but it will tell you right there whether or not it's a reservation in the app. And it's very handy to have that clearly stated. I also love that it has the different icons to tell you what type of activity it is. And so you know where to look for it when you're going into the app. And then once you do add things to the app, they show up here. And that allows you to send out, get those push notifications I was talking about so you don't miss the things that you wanted to do and you don't have to keep track of time because time becomes kind of meaningless on board a ship. Next up, you have the onboard messages. It's $2 a day on here to keep in touch, which can be cheaper than NCL depending on the length of your trip, but it's not bad. And then once again, you've got all that healthy cruising information, just like on before you get on board. You also have your boarding documents right there in the app, and they're available the whole time in case you forget your room number. Then it has your safety information. If you click on there, it takes you right to your assembly station on the deck map, which I absolutely love. And you can refresh yourself on here. Another thing I want to point out is that they have really great kids instructions to help kids know what to do. I love Royal Caribbean's take on that. Next up is the onboard account. I love that you can see everything in here, including what credit card you have entered, which is really handy for making sure that it is correct. But because of that, I don't have a scroll through video of here because then part of my credit card information would be out there. But in here, you can also see your internet package. You can see all of your different charges by day. And I love that it has the total at the top nice and big so that it's easy to see what you've spent and really manage that amount. This is a great feature of the app. I'm sorry I can't show it more, but
Trust me, I think you'll prefer it to a lot of the others. So then coming back, the last little dot here is excursions. It is broken down by port. Now, since the cruise that I was filming this on was one port, you just see them all here under Halifax. But you can book the excursions right there. And then up at the top, you have, once again, your information about the cruise, including your set sail pass, your upcoming reservations, my time dining, and then your onboard account in kind of a summary. Then back on the home screen, you also have your temperature and weather there in the bottom left corner, so you can see sunrise, sunset, what the weather is going to be. And I do like that little detail. And then you have here's what you need to know. It has a lot of policies, a lot of tips for getting around the ship, and for if on shore days, it has what you need to take with you. It also has what to wear that night for the themed events. And that is really the Royal Caribbean app in a nutshell.
And that really sums up the two apps. As you can see, they are very different experiences. The Royal Caribbean app to me is just a little more polished. It does work a little better, it's a little faster. With NCL, we have many times had some trouble getting on board the ship that first day, getting it working. It does not work right away when you're on board. You usually have to wait until you have started sailing. But all in all, they do offer a lot of similar features. It's just that I think Royal Caribbean has that edge on being more intuitive and user-friendly. And while NCL, it's a perfectly good app, it's just not quite up to the same standards. So let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm excited to get to try some of the other apps. We'll be going on a Princess cruise in the spring, as well as an MCS cruise, and both of those have different experiences as well, so we will be putting some more apps head to head. As always, please like and subscribe. It helps us to bring more video content like this your way, and we are currently running a subscriber giveaway. We're getting very close to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and if you are part of that first 1,000 subscribers, you'll be entered to win a $250 Cruise Next credit. You can head over to YouTube Shorts to get the details from John's video, and as always, have a great day. Thanks. Bye.